If you communicate it at the right time, right? If you go up to him and you've been doing all of this great stuff for him, and you say, "Honey, can you take me out?" Whatever. So, I have a hard time believing that he gonna just automatically just say no. The problem is that a lot of times people think that a lot of these guys are mind readers, and they not. Right? You may need to be able to, and it ain't the, you may say it at the most inopportune with the asshole feel because you feeling neglected, and then somebody says something bad to you at work, and now you lashing out talking about you ain't said nothing to me in 6 months. No, don't do that. That's not the move. When you're in a good mood and you're in a good space, and you know what I'm saying, you playing nice and all of that, and you use your femininity, you can get way more out of them.
I
You
agree.
know what I'm saying? If you do it the right way. And so you just gonna have to move a certain type of way. If you're not getting what you need out of your guy, then you need to be groomed a little bit differently. You need to learn some lessons because you just don't know how to
That's
move as a.
that's the thing, bro. Like personally speaking, my wife motivates me to kill myself and work. Like I don't like my wife motivates me to do that. Like I don't like I'm gonna kill myself before my wife kills myself and works till she dies. I'm gonna kill myself. Right. If anybody gonna go to the great first working and doing the things that they're supposed to do, is gonna be me, not her. So that's the thing. It's like, yeah, the right woman will do that for a man. But like a lot of times, like, when you hear these things like, oh well, he don't do nothing. Well, respectfully, young ladies, y'all gotta check yourselves. Or you gotta
The
check the man.
inspiration, right? And that's what I was saying. The intrinsic value of the woman is going to promote him to want to be better for the family.
I agree with you,
Well,
Mister.
but
I was
the other
saying,
side of that though is that if you got a guy that's only playing video games all day, he didn't just start doing that. Like he was doing that before you married him. And he was already displaying these characteristics, and you might have chose wrong on the low. And now you're trying to opt out because you go to work every day, and John at the water cooler is filling you or whatever, and now you starting to compare because you ain't focused and all of that. And now you starting to see the problems with him, but he the same dude that he was when you married him. So please stop acting like the victim in this situation. You got a wandering eye.
But
Real
you're
talk.
wrong if we're over 35 and don't pick like you're that's why I'm saying like you're saying like when you're 35, if that man just plays video games in the house, but he does this and that, be happy with that. Like that's what I'm
I
saying.
didn't say be happy with it. I think it's a solution to it. But what I'm also saying is that you got to take accountability and stop acting like it's anything different than what you was getting before. He ain't just started doing that. He didn't just buy an Xbox and get addicted.
No, I mean I agree with that, but that's why I'm saying that second date doesn't need to happen. If you see that stuff immediately, why are you
Well, Andy, your problem is that you're not paying attention to the greatness in the dude. So, for example, the dude that you was talking to, and you said that he told you or whatever, so on and so forth, you didn't really understand what he was communicating to you. See, I took it differently. What I noticed that he said to you is he respected you enough to be honest with you. Now, it's a lot of guys that may feel the exact same way that he do, but they may finesse you and tell you what you want to hear because they understand what it is that you want. The fact that he was honest enough to be real with you is actually a quality that I think is that you should champion. And I'm not saying that you got to marry him, but I think that that's something that you should take into consideration. And you shouldn't not go on a date with him just because he was honest enough and respected you enough to actually tell you the truth.
Antoinette, I started laughing. I started smiling when you said that because it was so true. Because I would make these homemade chocolate chip cookies, and they would give me anything I want. Like I would get anything I want from him, like just by making it. When things would get rocky, and when he come home from work and he smell those cookies, he'd be like, "This girl done made these damn homemade chocolate chip cookies," and I
It's
would get
real.
I would get anything I want after that. So
Did
that's
you,
true.
you said
It's
homemade?
always the little things.
Yeah,
Homemade.
homemade.
Okay.
I
And
would
would
say
you,
don't
and
bring.
here's the other question. Would y'all rather him be playing video games or y'all rather him be running the streets?
Exactly.
At least you know where he is.
Man cave.
You know where he is. Listen, he'd rather sit at the crib and be chilling with you. Why don't you go sit on the couch with him and get up under him and then get your little, you know what I'm saying, your tablet or reading your book? Like, he ain't tripping. He chilling. And you know where he at. He up there arguing back and forth on a little Xbox for a couple hours. Cold. I mean, what is that? That ain't even no big deal. Is he not? Do we not got a job? Is he grinding every day? Is the lights on? Is he taking care of the kids? Is it so he can't take a little time off and play the game a little bit? Now, if I'm out in the streets all day, you're gonna say I ain't seen you in a few days. Which one you want?
Bigger issue.
Which one you want?
I would say don't worry about none of that. Just do your job. That's it. And if you complaining what the man is doing, then you should start loving what he's doing too. Like, try to understand him a little bit more. Understand why he on that game so damn much. Just have conversation. Don't make it negative. Because yes, he is home instead of being out there at somebody else's house. So that's like something to consider for sure.
And I'm always going to say communicate with the man, because a lot of times dudes just be in their own zone. They go to work. They don't be knowing all of the things that are going on in your mind as a woman. So shit, if he missing something or he's not doing something, talk to him about it. Bring it up. Don't bitch about it, but just bring it up in conversation. A lot of women, they say they are very good communicators. They don't say shit. They just respond in some crazy ass way when shit don't go right. But at the end of the day, women don't communicate the way women think they do. And next thing, because how many of y'all have ever, I ain't gonna say Anton's shit is perfect, but how many of y'all ever dealt with a woman where you up here like she get mad at you and you like, what happened? And you just like, what? You know what I'm saying? So communicate with your man, because sometimes we don't be know what's going on, or we so far in our head focus on getting the money or whatever, where we might miss something. We're fucking human. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Also nagging. I know guys tune out. Like, I had a guy that dated me and he told me straight up, like, that's the reason why women get on his nerves. He's like, the second that a woman starts with a certain tone of voice, it reminds him of his mom and his grandma and his aunties, and he just goes like deaf in the ears. And a lot of women talk in that tone.
Yeah, because they don't know. Because a lot of sisters, I said this before, because you said it doesn't mean that you're communicating effectively. All right, just because you said something doesn't mean that you're communicating effectively. All right. It's not about being right. It's about getting through to your man.